from the Jumps Nation, we have Coach Jeremey Fischer, and we have Jasmine Todd, who's a former Oregon Duck.
Hey, y'all.
So we're going to ask them a couple of great questions that got something to do about their life and the long jump and things like that. So me and Coach Fischer worked together from 2012 until I retired. So we know we got some good history. And me and Jasmine also trained together at Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. So I know both of them very well. So I'm grateful that they came along here on the Gold Medal Mixing podcast so they can give us some insight on what's going on. So Jasmine, both parents are track athletes.
Yes, ma'am.
So you was just destined to be a track athlete.
Destined, I had no choice. As soon as I came out the womb, my dad said, I'm trying to breed some track athletes, and he got one.
Nice. So you competed in the 100-meter dash and the long jump.
Woo, yes, ma'am.
So what's your PR?
My PR in the 100 is 1092, and in the long jump, 684.
Okay, and do you think that the 100 and the long jump kind of go hand in hand?
Absolutely, more people should do both.
I agree, because I can do a little bit of sprint too.
Yeah, you can. I remember running against you in the 60 indoors.
So Coach Fischer, you were born in Seoul, Korea.
I was born in Seoul, Korea.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, so I was fortunate to be adopted by two people in the United States, in Southern California, Camarillo, where I grew up. And I was the product of a serviceman and a Korean woman, so I'm actually half Korean, and was adopted way back in 1979. So that you can kind of put the numbers together in age, and was fortunate to have a great childhood in Camarillo, California, and eventually in 2012 my life changed when I got to start working with the great Brittney Reese.
So besides working with the great Brittney Reese, who else have you worked with?
I've been fortunate, Brittney Reese, Will Clay, Chris Bernard, Jasmine, sitting right next to me. Some high jumpers, Woo Sang-wook from Korea, one of the exciting high jumpers right now. I work with kind of athletes from all over the world, India, China, Korea, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, and United States. So
nice.
Most of my medalists are American.
Cool. One last question. So you are a high jumper.
High jumper.
How tall are you? Tell me how tall you are.
I tell everyone I'm 6 feet, even though I'm 5'9", but I was able to jump 7'6". So at one time I was 4th for height overhead. Yeah, not too bad.
Give me his snaps.
And was too short to play in the NBA, so I ended up being fortunate enough to compete at a pretty high level and coach athletes to a pretty high level.
Cool. All right, so I got a couple questions for both of you guys. So what do you feel like goes into the training with long jump?
Goes into the training, you got to have a good mindset. Coach Fisher's daughter is trying to run on stage. She want to be with her dad right now. Hey, Ocean. But going into the jumps, it definitely takes a very determined mindset. It takes a lot of plyos, a lot of pounding on the body. And of course, like you asked earlier, if I sprinted and if they go hand in hand, you have to be able to sprint because you got to get down the runway in order to jump.
I agree.
And I say it takes a village. So I've been fortunate. Yes, I'm been a very successful coach, but I look out now. Jamie Myers in the red shirt and kind of blue. He's our strength and conditioning guy at the Chula Vista Training Center, and my right hand. I have a great Colin DeMann, who's not here, but great therapist to help the athletes. And I just feel like I just surround myself with the best people to make the best athletes. And yeah, we train hard. We're trying to look at run as fast as we can and jump as far as we can, and really it takes the ability to train the athlete to run fast, be strong, be elastic, have that ability to be the best athlete they can be, and I have a team that helps me with that.
Amen. All right, Jasmine, so you're on the World Athletic Commission. How's that?
Yes, ma'am, it's stressful. It is stressful being out there. Because these meetings happen all over the world, we got people from all corners of the world, these meetings for me, being on the Pacific Coast, happen at 4 a.m. So waking up at 4 a.m. in order to talk and advocate on behalf of the athletes, you get to see the inside of how they come up with these decisions, and a lot of the times there isn't many athletes actually involved in those decisions, and we see those repercussions. So it's good to be on that side and now being able to actually be a voice and avoid some of those changes that we don't want to see and advocate for the ones that we do want to see.
Long jump. Long jump. So what made you decide to do that? Did you just want to be a voice for athletes, or what was the decision around that?
Child, I didn't even want to be a voice. It just came upon me. I will say shout out to Wallace. I never thought that I'd be in a role like this. I never really considered my voice to be one that actually mattered.
Yeah.
Wallace one day he asked me to be a event leader for the sprinters, and I was like, me being an event leader for the sprinters, why? And he said, you talk a lot and you actually stand up for people, so I think you'd be good for this role. I agreed from there on, and actually Bernard Lagat is the one who recommended me to be the World Athletics representative when his term came to end. And to have somebody like Bernard Lagat, who's done so many great things in this sport and has been a great advocate for the sport, to recommend me and think that I would fill that role, I had to boost up my confidence quickly and take on that role, and it's been very fun ever since. The group that we have now, I think we're doing a lot of good groundwork, and we're going to start seeing some of these changes within our sport, the positive changes that we want to see.
I got you. That's great. All right, Jeremy, being a former athlete, how did you get into coaching? Is that something that you always dreamed of doing, or is it just something that you just...
No, I never really thought about being coach. I went to University of Wisconsin, go Badgers,
Boom.
and I don't even want to know about hotty toddy. I don't even know what that means. But no, I actually went to pre-med, tried to be a doctor, and did well academically. Went to a great school, and they asked me to be a GA. And sport's a small sport, so I was actually a GA for Jerry Schumacher, who's now the head here in the Bowerman Track Club. And so I was actually raking his three-quarter loop in Madison when I was a GA and helping cross country and really growing that. And so my plan wasn't to coach, but then I realized that I loved it. I mean, I didn't look at my watch. I haven't worked a day of my professional life because I get to coach. And I've been fortunate to work with a lot of different sports, NFL, Major League Baseball, track athletes, Para-Olympics, which is something amazing. You train with Lex Gillette, so world record holder in the blind long jump, which is just amazing. And I fell in love with coaching track, and I fell in love with the jumps because that's what I was. And just a little bit about our sport, and especially with the jumps, is there's 18 distance enclaves in the world, or in America, and there's about 10 in sprints, and there's no jump enclaves, unfortunately. And I don't sit there and I'm not mad about it, but I want to do something about that. So, we created a foundation, and we're trying to help out as many jumpers as we can. And I'm passionate about coaching jumpers. Like I love it because I don't have to look at my watch. I'm just out there helping. I'll go to a meet in Europe, and I'm coaching 4 or 5 American kids, and none of them are trained with me full time. But I care about the jumps. I care about the long jump, triple jump, high jump, especially because that's where we dominated for a long time. We had as many as 9 medals in that, as I think was it 12 or so.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's reducing, and that's kind of some of the support and stuff we're not getting. So I educated myself. I write coaching education for World Athletics. I wrote coaching education for USA Track and Field. So being a student of the sport, learning, teaching, all those different kind of things. And so, different schools, coach at Cal State Northridge, University of Oklahoma, been at the training center for about 13 years now. So I love the jumps, and that's where I'll stay for the rest of my career.
Anybody like free money? He's your man. So I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. So every practice that we have a jumps practice, in order for me to jump far, I like free money. So he will say, jump 23, jump 23.5, whatever it is that's in practice, and I'll give you $100.
He was losing a lot of money.
He was losing money. He was buying me lunch almost every week. Me and my son. So if anybody want to bet, just go to him and ask him anything, and he 9 times out of 10 he gonna lose.
To you.
To me, but and y'all
To this one.
To everybody, he be losing. So all right, what are your thoughts of? Okay, we see that Michael Johnson is trying to evolve the sport. We see that Gabby Thomas has a upcoming meet also in World Athletics also. What do you think about the securing the funding of the leagues and things like how everything's going?
I love it. I will not speak negative about it because it's things that our sports need. We want to professionalize our sport. We want to see our sport grow better. Our athletes deserve to be paid, but it breaks my heart that field events continuously are left off of these opportunities because we already don't have the funding, we don't really have the support, and so of course our sprinters and our distance runners, they deserve it, but our field eventers also deserve it. At the World Championships, I believe we brought back 6 or 7 medals on the field, and our sprinters brought back 4. Our field eventers are doing great things, so I would love to see more opportunities for our field eventers. It becomes a vicious cycle where we want people to support us, and a lot of the times the fingers get pointed back at the athletes, and it's you guys fix it, you guys figure it out, you guys do something for yourselves, but we don't even have the funding to do that. Where the sprinters, the distance runners, they have those opportunities, they have the funding, they have the support system in order to do that, and so it's just a vicious cycle that I would love to see the field eventers get out of. And I mean, look at our women's long jump right now.
Yeah.
We have amazing jumpers out there. We have amazing field eventers. We got amazing throwers. I would just love to see it supported because we could get out there and sweep.
Yeah, we could. We definitely could. Do you feel like we need like a union? What are some ways that you think that we could get the funding for that?
You want to answer this one?
Yeah, you want a commission too. So
so just my thing, I'm a doer. I've always been kind of that way. I'm blessed, like I said, I could be an orphan in Korea, but I'm here sitting with the greatest athletes in the world doing the thing that I love. And so I don't like no matter what I do. So I created a foundation, it's called the NBA Foundation. You guys can look into it. And I'm trying to create a enclave for field event athletes with coaches, support, all that kind of stuff. We want to host 2 big meets. I've been fortunate to meet with people that are worth $12 billion. And we're just trying to get a little portion of the money that they're putting out to support, and it's for field event athletes, and I'll say it, and especially jumpers. And we're trying to, I don't ask anybody for anything. This is the first time I've kind of asked. It's out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to create something for jumps and field events where we have competitions. If we can watch 2 hours of cornhole, we sure as heck can watch 2 hours of unbelievable long jump, high jump, triple jump, hammer, shot, discus, everything. And so, and you guys are fans, so you're here. But we want to also get the casual fan to come out and support the sport that I love, and I'm happy to be a part of.
Amen.
I also want to add on, we do need a union, but it's going to take sacrifice in order to have the union, and that means the athletes actually have to come together and want to make those sacrifices to get a union. Our sport's nothing without our athletes.
I agree. And hopefully we can get something going that direction, because I also thought about that too.
And we have the best stories. I mean, the stories of Brittney and Jasmine and Chris and Will and just everybody. I mean, the stories are amazing. I mean, it's like I feel and hope that every athlete, when they're done competing, writes a book, because I love to read. And the stories of the athletes that I know are so inspirational. And that's another way just to bring more fans and just know where the athletes are coming from. When you have a personal relationship with them, you just you are excited for them. Your heart breaks when things don't happen for them. And so I think just telling that story is a big thing for athlete support.
I agree. Well, I want to thank Jasmine and Coach Fischer for coming on to the Gold Medal Mixing Podcast this afternoon. We wish you very much success with the rest of your athletes, and Jasmine with the World Athletic Commission. And thank you very much.